Hi, it's Evan Wolfson, and I can't believe it's been a year since my last video to congratulate LLAN on all the wonderful work you've been doing. It's been even more work since then. I have seen the world open up and Japan as we move out of the pandemic, and that allowed me to come visit your beautiful country for the first time in 4 years when I was there in April. But whether it was virtual or in person, I could see that the work you at LLAN and your allies and friends at Marriage for All Japan are doing is having a tremendous impact in Japan. You were able to secure passage of the first ever pro-LGBT legislation in Japan, the Promote Understanding Bill. And even though it was far from enough, it was a step forward, and it shows the elected officials, particularly members of the LDP, that they can take a step forward and that the Japanese people are ready. And it's not just the Japanese people are ready. Thanks to your work, thanks to the engagement you have made with society, the courts have been speaking out and saying that it's time for the government to act. Businesses by the hundreds have called on the government to take action to end discrimination in marriage and to promote non-discrimination legislation. Your work, together with that of champions like our ally, U.S. Ambassador Rahm Emanuel, have encouraged Japan's allies in the G7 and the European Union to speak out and say that it's time for Japan to move forward and to stop lagging behind. And of course, thanks to your work, thanks to the conversation, thanks to talking about the freedom to marry and who gay and trans people are in Japan, the Japanese people are ready. And the polls again and again and again show that it's time for the freedom to marry in Japan. Since we last spoke, yet another country has joined the countries in the world to enact the freedom to marry and to move forward. Estonia, a former Soviet country. If Estonia can do this, if 35 countries in the world can do this, so can Japan. What the 35 countries in the world that have enacted marriage have done is create a mountain of evidence, experience, and expertise that shows Japan the right answer. And the people and all these other sectors are saying Japan is ready. I encourage you to keep going. As your constitution says, Fudan no doryoku. And together, LLAN, Marriage for All Japan, and all of us cheering you on are going to see Japan move forward and affirm the freedom to marry because it's time. Thank you for your work. Let's win.